Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brandon, your trusted realtor, and I'm coming to you with a host of new information. So if you haven't had your coffee yet, make sure you get that, get your water or your tea, sit down, and let's get right into it. So I was having a conversation with one of my neighbors, and she was talking about how she wanted to do some improvements and some renovations to her property. We talked about some different strategies and ways that she can do that, either through accessing money through her mortgage or through the value of her property. But I also am, again, if you've seen some of my other videos or read some of my other articles, you know that I am a stickler for figuring out different ways in order to access dollars and programs that are available to help you win the day. And one of the things I realized is she doesn't have a significant outstanding balance on her mortgage. She's been in the home almost 30 years. And all she wants to do is enhance the property. She has no intention or motivation of staying. So I was able to think about an existing program and to read more into what the specific requirements and the letter of the law is. And lo and behold, came across what I believe to be a gold nugget for anyone who is either buying a home or a homeowner and interested in having some cosmetic or aesthetic things done to their property. So the federal government in the United States is a huge player in the housing market, specifically the Federal Housing Administration. And they have a department, the Office of Housing, which is hugely responsible or plays a vital role in home ownership, home repairs, home maintenance, not like maintenance calls or maintenance men, but just overall maintaining the condition of communities as well as renters. And they play a huge role in that process. And two of the programs that they offer, you may have heard about them before, is a 203K program. The 203K program is a rehabilitation program. It allows for you as a buyer to get into a property that needs some repairs and renovations done to it in order to make it habitable. And in order to do that, they go through certain approved or certified lenders that work with the federal government in order to draw down monies in order to do the construction for the property. So it's not a standard situation where you independently will have to go into a home and have to know everything that you need to know about construction in order to get the property done. Rather, you have a lender that serves as a contract manager or project manager in that situation to ensure the necessary work is done and comes to fruition. At the end of the day, the requirement here is that if you get the loan, the work has to be done. So one of the two advantages about this 203 program that are amazing is that you have the 203 Limited. The 203 Limited program is available to any homeowners or anyone who is looking to buy a home. And it allows you to get a $35,000. It allows you to finance $35,000 worth of improvements into your home or into the property. You can repair, improve, or upgrade your home as a home buyer or a homeowner. You can easily do those things that are needed or that are identified by a home, such as through a home inspection or by a FHA appraiser. So this is an amazing program for not only home buyers but homeowners. The homeowner can actually make property improvements. They can actually make repairs to the property, and they can prepare their home to be sold. That's right. You can actually take out or use this FHA program, this FHA Rehabilitation Mortgage Insurance Program, in order to access the necessary funds that you need in order to renovate your property to a condition at least minimally where you'll be able to access the additional forced appreciation. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, I've talked to you all about forced appreciation, and that's the difference between forced appreciation and time-lapse appreciation. Forced appreciation are the things that you do in the property that enhance not only the aesthetics but the value of the property, such as improving or updating the kitchen. This is an amazing program. It allows you to do anything from home buyers or homeowners to do those renovations and improvements to home buyers making the home move in ready, meaning that you can do things like remodel the kitchen, paint the interior, or purchase new carpet. It is an amazing program for individuals that are looking to get into a home that is not completely renovated, or you have a home yourself already as a homeowner and you want to do some necessary improvements just because either A, you want to live there and continue to live comfortably in a updated property, or B, because you're thinking about selling your property, but you are deterred from selling your property because of all of the necessary or needed repairs that you have to make. So now let's pivot to the 203 mortgage program, which is a different program, and it's actually FHA's primary program to allow for the rehabilitation and repair of single family properties. As it relates to this particular program, it's an important tool for community and neighborhood revitalization, as well as expanded home ownership opportunities. This 203K program allows for the rehabilitation of your home or your property. It also requires that you use an approved 203 consultant or counselor. And there's a cool online calculator that allows you to determine whether or not, or not really whether or not, but how much your property is going to be impacted. So it allows you to really do like a financial assessment. I know none of that before made any sense, but it allows you to do a financial assessment. It's a 203 calculator to see how much the loan amount is going to be based on the necessary improvements and renovations. Boom, there. That's what I meant to say. So let's talk about specifically the program and the type of assistance that you're eligible to receive. As it relates to the 203K mortgage program, it covers the purchase and refinancing and rehabilitation of a home that is at least 1 year old. A portion of the loan is used to pay the seller of that, or if it's being refinanced, and to pay off the existing mortgage. And then the remaining funds are placed in escrow, into an escrow account, and released as rehabilitations on the property are completed. The cost of the rehabilitation must be at least $5,000, but the total value of the property must still fall within the FHA mortgage limit for the area. And I'll include a link down below of the FHA mortgage limit, so that way it's a little bit easier for you to access that information. So remember that the value of the property is determined by a couple things. One, the value of the property before rehabilitation plus the cost of rehabilitation, or two, 110% of the appraised value of the property after rehabilitation, whichever is less. So a couple things for you to keep in mind if you're going to use this program. Now, the eligibility activities are we'll talk about those here. The extent of the rehabilitation that's covered may range from relatively minor, again, it has to exceed $5,000 in cost, to virtual reconstruction of a home that has been demolished or will be raised as part of rehabilitation is eligible. So for example, provided the existing foundation system remains in place, you can essentially rebuild the home and move in and use this loan for that purpose. So here's also a really cool kicker of this program. You can perform rehabilitations on a residential property that also has a non-residential side. So it also covers the cost of conversion of a property of any size to a 1 to 4 unit structure. So two important things that I said there. If you have a property that needs to be rehabilitated and there's a non-residential side, so it's commercial use or it's a business attached to a residential structure, you can that qualifies for this program for rehabilitation purposes. And if you want to convert a property from being a single family property to a 1 or 4 unit property, you're also able to leverage this program for that. In fact, the improvements that borrowers can use or finance as it relates to the program are as follows: structural alterations and reconstruction, modernization and improvements to the home's function, elimination of health and safety hazards, changes that improve the appearance and elimination of obstructions, reconditioning and replacing plumbing, installing a well and or septic system, adding or replacing roofs, gutters and downspouts, adding and replacing floors and or floor treatments, major landscape work and site improvement, enhancing accessibility for a disabled person, and managing energy conservation improvements. The Housing and Urban Development requires that the property financed under this program meets certain basic energy efficient and energy efficiency, and structural standards. An amazing program and opportunity for anyone who's in the home ownership game, especially if you're in a property that needs TLC. So hopefully this information has been powerful. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification button, because there's going to be more great information about this program to come. We'll dive even further into it and talk more about it. So leave your comments below. I know you'll see a lot of cuts and breaks in the video, but I had to start and stop because recording outside, you get a lot of interruptions that I cannot control. So it is what it is. Take care. Hope you guys learn lots, and make sure you subscribe. Take care. Talk to you soon.